Good morning, Riverhawks. I'm Anna. Please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Face the flag, put your right hand over your heart, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Now let's hear from Miss Bennett with an important announcement.
Good morning, Riverhawks. I am Mrs. Bennett, your principal, and I want to welcome everyone to Rio Norte today. I want to welcome all of our new students, including those of you that are new 8th graders to our campus, and of course all of our 7th graders new. And then I also want to welcome back our returning 8th graders. I am so excited to see so many of those wonderful smiling faces coming back through the gates and greeting me. I have to tell you, Rio Norte is just a fantastic school. And I don't just tell you that as a staff member and as the principal of Rio Norte. I tell you that as the parent of 2 former Riverhawks. My daughter is on her way to her 2nd year of college, and my son is at Valencia High School still. So I can tell you, these teachers are caring. They are amazing. They are here for your success. And I know that not just as your principal, but as a parent of students who went here and still talk to this day about how fantastic their teachers at Rio Norte were in preparing them for what they needed to know at Valencia High School. We're gonna have a fantastic year together, Riverhawks. I want you all to remember we soar. We strive for success, we own our own actions, we accept differences, and we respect ourselves and others. And our 8th graders returning know I'm gonna be talking to you guys about this all the time. And I am gonna be talking about kindness and positivity. And to my 8th graders that are returning, you know it, it's coming. I am challenging you, do better than what might you have seen or experienced at Rio Norte last year, because our kindness is something we can control. We can't always control everyone else, but we can control how we respond and what we do proactively to brighten someone else's day. So Riverhawks, I'm asking you, give those smiles out to people even if you don't know them. You never know how you might positively impact someone's day by spreading random acts of kindness. You all know that have been here before. I work hard to be kind to everyone and make sure my students feel safe and welcomed at Rio Norte. And I want all of us doing that together. Together, we can make Rio Norte an even better place than it already is. And it's pretty fantastic already. So, have an amazing first week of school. I look forward to getting to know some of you better and getting to know all of you that are new this year. Have a great first day, Riverhawks.
Today we will learn how to use something we hope we never have to use in a classroom, a Keep the Pressure Kit. In the event of an emergency, watch this to learn how to use these potentially life-saving tools.
Hi there, I'm Cambria Lawrence.
And my name is Macy Lawrence. We're here to tell you about a product that we created called Keep the Pressure.
We love living in Santa Clarita. The weather's great and there's lots to do. However, we're also in an area with earthquakes and other potential events that could cause injury. Hospitals that specialize in trauma, like the Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital, help to educate our community about what to do if someone's bleeding. With our Keep the Pressure campaign, we want to continue this education and take it to the next step by providing you with bleed kits. These are kits that can be used to stop bleeding and save lives.
Most simple bleeding can be stopped by applying firm, direct pressure. But when the bleeding becomes more severe, something else needs to happen. This is when the bleed kit will come in handy. The purpose of this video is to show you what the bleed kit looks like, what's inside it, and how to use this life-saving tool. We have some Valencia High School MSA students here with us today to help with the demonstration part of the video.
First, I would like to introduce you all to the Keep the Pressure bleed kit. Please notice the end caps on either side. These can be easily removed by squeezing the tube and popping them off, like so. Inside the kit, there are 6 items that you will need to be familiar with: quick clot gauze, A compression dressing, this is much like an ace bandage wrap that you would use for an ankle sprain. Small trauma shears to cut open clothing and get better access to a wound. A survival wrap, 2 gloves, and a tourniquet. There are 2 of these.
Let's learn how to use a tourniquet. A tourniquet is for injuries to the arms or legs. It can be wrapped tightly around the arm or leg, and it actually pinches off the blood flow, which stops the bleeding, just like turning off a hose at the source. Let's use our model here as an example. Let's say he has an arm injury that's bleeding heavily. What you want to do is wrap the tourniquet around his arm 2 to 3 inches above the wound. Velcro it tightly, being careful to avoid the rod clips. It will be tight, but not nearly tight enough to stop the bleeding. It should be tight enough that the tips of 3 fingers aren't able to fit under the band. If it's too loose, retighten it. Now twist the rod until the bleeding stops. And secure the rod into the rod hook. Pro tip: it should be so tight that the tourniquet feels uncomfortably tight. Next, wrap the remaining strap over the rod and secure it all with the time strap. If possible, take a marker and write the time that the tourniquet was placed on the time strap. If the bleeding continues, further tighten the tourniquet or add a second tourniquet above the first. Leave the tourniquet on until the patient's in the hospital. Easy peasy, you just saved someone's life.
Okay, what if someone's bleeding from an area where you can't place a tourniquet, like the neck, chest, or stomach? This is where the quick clot gauze can save lives. This is a very special kind of gauze that is saturated with kaolin, basically a type of clay, that will help the body form clots and stop bleeding faster. You may need to use the trauma shears in this instance to get better access to the wound. The gauze needs to be packed tightly, not just placed over the top. We have a demonstration arm to show you how this works. Using a gloved finger, tightly pack the gauze into the wound. And use the excess gauze over the top for compression. Pro tip: you can also use the quick clot gauze in a wound if a tourniquet isn't completely stopping the bleeding. Since most bleeding stops with pressure, we've included a compression dressing as well.
This is basically a special elastic wrap that makes it easier to apply constant pressure to a bleeding wound.
This is the compressive dressing. Unwrap the dressing and place the bandaged portion over the wound like so. Secure the back of the dressing to the Velcro and continue to wrap tightly around the arm. When you come to the end, secure the hook to the dressing.
Don't take it off to check if it's working. If it's bleeding through the wrap, put more pressure on that site. Leave the compressor dressing on until the paramedics arrive.
Use this survival blanket provided in the kit or any other clothing or blanket to keep a patient warm, because cold patients tend to bleed more. It is important to know that all of these items can be used individually or together to save someone's life. It's also important to address severe bleeding quickly. It is our goal to give you the tools you need to help your classmates or teachers if they ever need this kind of help.
Remember to keep the pressure.
Teachers, take a moment now to show your advisory students where your Keep the Pressure kit is located in your classroom. Again, we hope we never have to use it, but it's always good to know how to just in case. These kits should be located in all Hart District classrooms. For anyone who wants to purchase a dance groove pack, tomorrow is your last chance to get one. Come to the ASB window for that. 7th grade is $40 and 8th grade is $60. Here's your daily dose of positivity. There are far, far better things ahead than anything we leave behind. British writer C.S. Lewis. That's it for today. I'm Anna, and we'll see you next time on RioTV.